So, here we are again. Post implosion, I cut the top, well, I cut the middle section off of the barrel, and I'm now using the top of it. I gave it a clean out and grind it, etc, etc. I didn't want to record and film that again because that would probably be pretty boring. So my good friend Tom at Timber Club has CNC'd me out what I can describe as kind of like ribs, and I'm hoping that with the strength of these it stops it imploding. So my setup was basically, I'm going to raise, so I'm going to go in reverse now. So with these blocks I'm going to put on the floor, and then I'm going to nail gun with my nail gun, well not my nail gun, my friend's nail gun, through the top of these and use it to secure it. I do actually have 2 bonus ribs, so I might stick those on actually, the bottom. Let me just grab them. Yeah, so there's 2 extra ones. Is it going to be a pain when I raise it up? Oh no, it's the same thickness. That's fine. So yeah, this is the bottom of the circle. I'm going to bring it in a little bit. So the circles, because when I was gluing it, I didn't do the best job. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. That doors up. That doors up. Just make sure it's coming in a little bit. It'll be fine because this is the bottom, so the bowls will sit in here anyway, so it can be a bit over. Okay, that looks about right. Yeah, when I made these circles, they were sort of sliding all over the place, so it became slightly bigger. And I started using my flappy disc on my angle grinder to shrink the circles, which was working pretty badly actually. One, it was putting a lot of dust everywhere. 2, they were becoming uneven and everything else, and I was thinking to myself, there must be a better way than doing this. And I remembered I've got a really nice jointer, so I just spun the circles on the jointer. I would have filmed that, but the jointer's in a really messy corner of my workshop and it's super hard to get a good shot of it. And yeah, so I decided against that. But yeah, I'm just going to put these on now, and hopefully this ring here slides in the bottom nicely, so I don't have to take any extra off. But yeah, let's get to work. I am just going to run it through the jointer. I'll show you what I did. Hold on. As you can see, super messy. this has shrunk the part, but you know, that fits in comfortably. And if it's broken, that actually does fit in as well. Actually be very tight as a single unit, but I'll probably stabilise that in one go. Very close. Yeah, when it's hollowed out. I'll see how strong this is. So one option I do have is to put a round over bit on my router and go around on the inside, or probably with a palm router a few times. That will give that a slight round edge, which will allow it to drop quite a lot more. But yeah, we'll see. That only looks like it needs shaving. 15mm, half an inch, and that'll drop in, and my third bowl will also go in there. So yeah, let's see. Right, now comes the moment of truth. Right, I think I'm going to call that a success. Let's see. I was having a look basically to see if there was, pop them off. I was just basically having a look to see if I could hear any air escaping while this was shrinking down, but this foam's not the best. I can see where the foam now has cut through from the pressure onto the perspex. So it is providing a seal, but I guess they'll probably never use for this perspex anyway, so as long as it gets that airtight seal, then we're okay. I might look for another piece of this. This foam was from my dust extractor that sits around the canister filter. Basically, as soon as that sticky gets some dust on it, they become useless anyway, so I end up just sort of poking it back in each time anyway, so yeah, this is the plan. I'm happy with that. Is there any dents? All that clanging, I think it was actually the bottom, you know. Can't feel anything on the sides. Yeah. I wasn't sure how the two pieces, you know, it locks up. It's locks up when you empty the can out. How the seals were on those, but I guess they've got to be pretty dang tight to be okay when they are. When they're transporting the fuel or oil or whatever goes in the tins, right? You don't want to leak in those when they're being moved around, or that's going to be lethal. So yeah, I'm assuming they're super airtight. I think that pressure was enough. I got to just under, it says -1 on this gauge. I'm not sure how to read those, to be honest, but yeah, so nearly got to, sorry, got to 0.8. So I've now finished turning the 3 bowls. I also found this one, which I think is in need of stabilising too. Ignore that big black splatter. That was some epoxy, so that needs fixing up too. It's just got too much tear out. I remember spending a lot of time, but I really like the shape, and the size was really nice too. So that is going to be number 1. Number 2, this one is very similar to the one that cracked and tried to take me out, but this is another large vessel. Super nice. I probably could have gone a bit deeper, but the problem was where my tool rest was sitting and going in on the with the bowl gouge, it wasn't turning nicely. It was leaving big rivets, and it was pulling big chunks out, and I was like, you know what, for the cost of £10–15 worth of cactus juice in the bottom, so be it. Slightly annoying because, you know, it's going to use up a bit more, but for the sake of it, I was like, it's not really worth the risk. It was starting to crack. Well, it wasn't starting to crack, it did crack down here. I did fill it with epoxy, but it's not gone all the way through, so it's not as strong as it could be. It's obviously got a crack mirrored because it goes straight through the vessel here to here. So that's number 2. Number 3 I've already shown a few times. Oh, this is the one that cracked. That's how thick the bowl is. Part of me was like, do I glue it up, return it, and then stick it back on there? But I think I'm going to make a feature out of the bits that flew off and try to take me out. It needs a new tenon turning on it, like I've said before. So when I re-glue it, mount it, post stabilising, when then I will epoxy it back together. I'll turn a new tenon, so I'm going to lose 10–15mm. I know I could just turn this off and stick a false tenon on or something, but I think I've gotten the thickness and the size of it's pretty massive anyway. So that's that plan. So that's the 3rd one, and the 4th and final one, which you know, it's turned out really nice. So that's kind of the shape of it that it's going to be. Let's go from this side. It's going to have a step in the bottom. It's quite a nice curve there, and a nice curve here. As you can see, I was having some pretty hellish tear out. I don't know if it'll come up. Maybe it went in that light there. I was having some pretty hellish tear out in places. It's just, you know, I can pick my finger at it, but it falls apart, and a crack and stuff where there was I guess a limb going through there. But yeah, this one I left in my, I don't know if I've said in the video already, but yeah, this one I left in my solar kiln for 4 months, so it was really nice and dry. But yeah, having some really bad tear out there on the, I guess it's the end grain, somewhere here and here, yeah, something like that, somewhere that was. So I got the shape to nearly how I want it. I did reduce my diameter some, so I don't know what it was in inches, but that's 440mm diameter, I think, or 460, one of the two, but very close to what I assume. It is 440 or 460mm. But yeah, that'll fit in the pressure pot now. It's just a tad too big. I wasn't keen on the outside. It had like a step where it had been cut and stuff, so I know it needs stabilising. We'll have a finished cut to it, but I was like, you know what, if I get it to where I want it, I'm going to lose probably, with that tear out, another 5mm. So an extra peanuts on the outside diameter, and it's already really big. So yeah, they're the 4 pieces ready to go. I am going to sort out the cactus juice this weekend. So at the moment we are mid-March, so I'm hoping to get the cactus juice in March sometime, and then begin stabilising these, and then April finish toning them. So my aim is for the end of April to have all 4 of these pieces finished. It's on video, so I'm setting myself that goal now.